mission and a gift come to Israel. I felt like I heard that straight from the heart of Jesus. What an interesting timing in my life, being in a later season, but a season in which my focus is on the friendship with Jesus, on understanding who he was, the life he lived on the planet, serving as a prototype for people like me and you to grow in a friendship with him and become more and more like him. So to go to the place where he landed on this planet, to see the things he saw with his eyes, to smell the smells of a land, to taste the flavors of freshly cooked fish from the Sea of Galilee. There's so much that we don't hear about in the scriptures from a period of his life, but I wanted to see that firsthand. I wanted to understand his experience better. So some of those high points were climbing up on the hillsides surrounding the Sea of Galilee, where perhaps Jesus spent some overnighters in deep prayer, as we know the stories, and being in the water of the Sea of Galilee, having some quiet time to talk with him there, and to walk on the streets of the city of Jerusalem, knowing the events that have taken place there over so many years. So I'm very thankful for this trip. Thanks for listening in on a few highlights, seeing a few visual effects from my great time there.
Stood on the mountain on the other side with a valley between them. So we just talked about that. And there came out from the camp of the Philistines a champion named Goliath. So God, we're praying for that activity in our lives, for us to recognize that and to live with that kinetic faith, Lord, believing everything you're doing. And so we love you. We ask you all this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen.
Picking up stones from the creek, where David found 5 smooth stones to fight off Goliath.
Sorry. I'm more worried I'm gonna run right into your butt.
If you
Run into it?
it's okay.
Yeah, my GoPro thinks nothing. Like, this should have blocked them.
So what I like about this is what Marty just said, right? Like trying to come in here with armor. You know, like how hard it would be to chase somebody. I'm more worried about my Bible.
Yeah! There comes Amanda.
You did it!
Are we going now?
Whoa, Lila, you...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Karina.
You don't remember the first time.
I'm so glad that I'm small.
We're almost
say camera. No zombies.
All right, it's CW and Mr. Brandon. We're ready to ride. We got the pretty girls here behind us in the bright orange.
Oh gosh, Fred's moving.
Fred, and what a team! What a team of camels.
Yeah, there's the head right here. See if you can like.
Yeah, stand up. Come on, step on that. Come on, dance. You know the twist. Let's twist again.
Things don't work out.
On the Sea of Galilee, where Jesus taught some men to go beyond fishing. And a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years. She had suffered a great deal under the care of many doctors and had spent all she had. Yet instead of getting better, she grew worse. And when she heard about Jesus, she came up behind him in the crowd and touched his cloak because she thought, if I just touch his clothes, I will be healed. Immediately her bleeding stopped and she felt in her body that she was freed from her suffering. You know what that is? A chameleon.
I have no idea what you're going to find today. It's a real archaeological project, But because we're talking about Second Temple period Jerusalem, there's at least pottery in every single bucket. Now, if you find a coin, it'll look sort of like a sort of flat, sort of greenish, sort of round piece of mud. The green color comes from the copper or the bronze that's in the metal itself. Now, coins are special, partially because they might give us a date, but also because they tell us who's important and where and why. So the other day we found this huge piece, and you could see how the person had flattened it with their hand because you could see their fingerprints in it from 2,000 years ago. It was incredible. Gross. We've been finding a number of Roman shoe nails actually recently. That's the part that would have held the bottom of the shoe to the straps that covered the foot. They're very, very small, so just keep your eyes peeled. And again, if you see that greenish color, it might be a piece of copper or bronze, and so it might be a coin. We found a lot of coins today.
Really?
Yeah, you guys found 5 coins in your group. So this is one of them. We also have craftsmen who are doing things like art. We found some gorgeous pieces of glass today. This is from a glass plate, and you can see that it wasn't just about having a plate to eat off of. It was about having something beautiful to show off your wealth, to have something you can see. You can understand vanity from 2,000 years ago. It's absolutely amazing. So that's just some of the things you guys found today. I promised to show you guys our one of our dice. This was found a couple of weeks ago.
Wow, that's so cute.
Oh my goodness.